Real nice to be outside on a lovely day in September. How lucky I am with that. Part of what we're going to talk about now is obviously we're going to have a quick look around the building, some ideas about our layout and why we're doing that layout, some thinking outside the box. But just before we do that, I'd like to, it's really important what we do as far as the club goes. As far as the activity's got to be a good one, it's got to tick certain boxes. It's got to be competitive, is what we go for, and it's got to be something can be done as a community. And we have a big emphasis on how we can bring that community together. Now, what we are thinking is, we're going to have training days here for our own pilots on the island and any visitors. So if you're on holiday down here, do come and join us. But also, we're looking to put on big events, like I've mentioned. Once we've got a bit more, experience at getting our head around all the tech and that. Once we've done that, we're hoping to put out. We know people are going to have to travel here, so we've got a little area. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go and have a look at it now. So this, gang, is the area I'm talking about. This is our safe zone, which we use for our airsoft combat site. Now I appreciate this whole journey is about us starting up an FPV track, and you're not going to have this infrastructure already in place, which is to our advantage. But it's kind of relevant because I've spent 10 years building this up. I've held a full-time job down and come down here with Terry. Terry's helped me with this. Countless hours, putting all the money back into it. So the journey's the same, is what I'm saying there. The reason for showing you this is for those who we hope to lure in to come and joining us. What we do and what we do with all our clubs, the sport, the activity is clearly important, but also what we try and put some real emphasis on is community, the getting together, that sort of thing. So with that, what I'm saying is, after a big event, we like to party. So it's a bit difficult to. It's quite nicely laid out. I'll just show you around. All covered areas, tables and chairs, goes all the way round, as you see. This is our command bunker. This doubles as our shop, and there's our naffy over there where all the fine creations are put together. Chili dogs, the recon curry, the famous recon curry. So what I'm saying to you is, this is our safe zone. This is part of what we do, in bringing everybody together. So we'll have FPV competitions going into 2018 once we've got the tech side. Once we've got the tech side of it down. Once we've used that time to work out how to be efficient in getting the pilots through without too much hanging about. So everyone has a great day and they're not frustrated. Which is something I've seen on my travels about. It's really important. The guys over at Popham do a great job getting their pilots through with not too much trouble. But you have good days, bad days. But from what I saw, they really got their act together. So hats off to them guys. We're hoping to get some of that. That was the whole point of me travelling around and having a look at these different venues. When we've done that, the idea is what we like to do. This will all be lit up at night. It really does create quite an ambience down here. We've encouraged people who we're on the Isle of Wight, so a lot of people are going to be travelling. Hopefully, if we get some of you good pilots, come down and show us what you got. There's accommodation to think about. So if you've got a crazy weekend of FPV racing coming up, which we hope to put on for you, we're also going to use this area. You're going to come down here at the end of a day's racing and an evening's race, because we're really into putting on some nighttime LED lit up type race events. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to get the music going, and we're going to spend some quality time getting to know each other in a real nice environment. So that's it. This is the safe zone. Just showing you this, and we'll make our way back up to the hut. This is what I'm doing. Again, this is not a how-to video, but just to give you an idea where we're going. I've been going at it for about 40 minutes or so at the minute. I've put some timber up the corners, and I'm just infilling with some feather edge, 100mm gaps, gauge. I'll be working my way round. I couldn't get the big glimps on, but I've got a friend of ours. Again, the importance of surrounding yourself. He's going to pick that up for me in his truck later, drop that up to me. So the doors are not coming until the 22nd. So it just gives me enough time to poon along, beautiful days. And then when they arrive, I'll get that done. Yeah, I've been thinking, it's constantly on your mind, obviously, when you're doing a project like this. So I watched a video back and I looked at this area, what we was talking about doing here. So I think, yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to bring this out, I don't know, 8 foot or so, possibly a bit more. I stood back and had a look at it, and if you look back here, we're going to put some 4-inch rounds down, make it sort of an open structure with perhaps some nicely cut in tarpaulin on the sides, which I know of a company, and I'm sure you do too, that does bespoke tarpaulins. So I can just see that now. Clip them on. This will be the pilot pit, and I'm also thinking that we'll have a telly up here, obviously, that we'll remove when we're not having big events. So when the pilots are in here, you know, they've really got a view on the track, what's going on, just little things of. I know this is done, but you know, we're making it fit what we're doing. I think if the pilots are at the back, rather than be out of the of what's happening, you know, they'll have that up there. They'll have their own moment out here, and then of course on the big tracks, we've got a big 5-metre marquee we can, you know, stitch onto the back of that. So loads of area for our pilots to be covered over and having all their kit well looked after. Now coming inside, a few thoughts. The T-Urn's probably going to go over here on training days, keep everything closed inside here. On the bigger events we'll do, obviously we'll have a T-Urn. I mean, the T-Urn's focal. So, you know, perhaps we'll have the T-Urn out there. That would just be an help yourself situation. It's only tea and water in it. The doors here, this is what I want to discuss with you. So the doors here, what I'm thinking, again with the TV at the back, going away thinking about it, what I'm thinking about is, you know, we're going to have our own system here where the pilots can just plug into our system. It'll be nice and high, good coverage of the track is what we're thinking. That may change, but it's certainly what I'm thinking at the minute. But also, you know, we're going to have that tech coming down to the spotters at the back here. And the idea is, you know, rather than them, you know, I've seen it at events, they bring their kit, their tripods, all stand in front of them, and all the rest of it starts cluttering up the place. Ideally, I'd like a situation where a pilot just comes, sits down, plugs in, if he feels the need to. I mean, clearly he can go outside and put his tripod up outside or whatever. But what I'm thinking is, you know, the spotters, you know, perhaps one of them arms that, you know, you can push up out of the way, we'll have a little TV come down, a little monitor, so the spotter can sort of stand behind, not get in the way, not have all kit in the way, and then when they're done, push it up, move themselves into place. You know, something like that is kind of what we're thinking with that. Now, part of what we do here is obviously we run an airsoft combat site. Now I know you guys won't have that. Again, you know, it's just something we're fortunate enough to have, but it's still relevant because we have to. You know, I've had to build it up over the years. The same process applies: passion, dedication. You know, putting your money into it. All, you know, all the things that are relevant with this. We're just a little bit further on than that. I don't think that makes this any less relevant. So we're going for doors here. Now you might be thinking, well, you know, why don't you leave it open? Why, you know, what's the point of all that malarkey? You could, you know, I want an access. I want easy access. I want to be able to close it up. I want to be able to secure it. I mean, we're not going to leave anything expensive here. Talking about monitors and stuff like that. That will all go away when we leave site. But you know, I do want to secure the building, keep it weather tight. So we're going for that. This gives us separate pods. I mean, you know, I know what, you know, why I have pods when, you know, all the guys are sitting together and it's all nice and that. But there'll still be guys in there that, you know, there'll still be a group of people in there, so they won't be particularly alone. But the point I'm trying to get to is we're also thinking outside the box, and I think this is the important tip. My landowner's given up this land, all right? He's given up that. It's quite a sizable bit of land, and it gives him a yield, if that's what the word is. Gives him, you know, he plants it, it gives him money. So I've got 12 months to prove that I can make this worth giving up that. Now, again, I've mentioned that, you know, my eyes are wide open as far as the project goes. And you know, I'm thinking it's going to be 6 months before we start getting anything sort of rolling on, and you know, I'm possibly going to need the whole year to get it where it needs to be to go to him. So what, you know, what do you run the danger of there? You run the danger of getting to the end of that 12 months and you haven't hit the numbers with the landowner. And then he says, well, do you know what, you know, you've done all this, it's all fantastic, they ain't paid me no money, so, you know, I want my land back, you know, I want to avoid that. So thinking outside the box. So the reason we've gone for the doors here, and we've given it a lot of thought, is we're also going to open an air rifle range here. Now, basically, you know, we all seen a shooting range which gives you separate compartments. Separate compartments, all making sense now. So, you know, not only does it work for the pilots, it also works for air rifle shooters. Now we're a competitive bunch here, so it's not just going to be come up here, shoot down range for a couple of hours and go home. You know, there's going to be some serious competition coming out of here, and we're also going to use the woods for some hunt the field target, which is to simplify it, golf with air rifles. That's for another video. Yeah, so and then on alternate weeks we're going to run this every fortnight, FPV. So on alternate fortnights we're going to run the air rifle range, and that's just another way. You know, our thinking on that is, you know, everyone's got an air rifle in the cupboard. Not everybody, but a lot of people have got air rifles in the cupboard. And you know, it's, you know, from talking around and doing a bit of a survey, you know, people get them. It's a good idea. We're all fellas, right? We all like a bit of that, and it goes in the same cupboard where you put the Breville and the bread maker, and because you've just not found anywhere to do it. Well, you know, we feel with our unique way, I mean, you know, the sports we do is important, but you know, it's also the coming together of community and what we do and how welcoming we are to people who come along. It's been the cornerstone of everything we've done, and you know, and I believe the reason for our success. So thus far, so we're going to bring that into all the activities. So not only will it be an FPV club, it'll also be an air rifle club, and then, you know, the hope is that gives us more scope for the end of the year when my farmer says, you know, let's look at the figures. He goes, actually, this is viable. I'm quite happy to not drill that land and plant it, and you know, you can have it and you work it, and it's all good. So that's the plan. That's the plan for that. That's thinking outside the box. I think that's an important thing you need to do. Can you do that? How can you sustain the money? You know, you know, if you're lucky enough to be given a bit of land, you can take that out of the equation. But then again, at the same time, it's also relevant because if you want to keep improving, keep buying the best technology, keep, you know, making it as good as it can be, you know, you need some money coming in to do that. Otherwise, it's, you know, it's all coming out of your own pocket, and you can only do that for so long. All right, gang. So here we are, end of the day. There it is. Really enjoyed myself. Had a great time out there. Listened to the radio. Just minding my own business, getting on with it. My mate Mike came up. Mike Hobson. Thanks, Mike, for coming up and bringing me that timber. He also brought me up a drink and a bun, so there you go, that's what I'm talking about. He gave me a hand to do this as well. We've got that side up for you to shoot off. I've got to go now, because we've got to open up FPS. Of course, Terry and the Dovettes have got my back on that, but you know, obviously I plan to get down there prior to them getting there. This is the timber. We do this tomorrow, and just to give you a look at what it looks like. Real nice, huh? I'm real pleased. Solid as a rock. I've gone for just 100mm gauge, so yeah, she's sound. I'm well pleased with how it's looking. It's befitting of the area. It's like a man cave. You wouldn't want that up the back garden, but that's what I do. Every penny I've got, I put into this, as good as I can get, because you're all worth it. The club's worth it. The effort's worth it, and you know what? It's only money, isn't it? So who cares? Thanks for tuning in, and tune in for more when I get the rest of it up, and we get the doors in on the 22nd when they arrive. So it'll be worth looking in. So take it easy and be safe. Take it easy.